Hello and welcome back to my channel Fly High with Priya. In this video, I'll be explaining a very beautiful novel by E.M.Forster, and the title of that novel is A Passage to India. Now, this novel was published in 1924, but the writer started to write it in 1913 after his first visit to India, but was not able to complete it till his second visit. And he visited India in 1924 again, and then he completed this novel. Now, the main theme of this novel is the encounter of East and West, and their experiences are told. So here we can see the relationship now as Indians were under the rule of Britishers. So their cruelty is very much shown, how they used to think that Indians are subordinates, they are animals. As you might have seen the movie Mard, and you can say outside a club there was written no entry for Indians and dogs. So similarly, in this, the same scenario, the same picture, that Indians are treated as subordinates, as slaves, same picture is presented. Okay, so the main hero, or you can say the main character around whom this novel revolves is Dr. Aziz. He is a doctor by profession, and he is very talented doctor. Okay. And now as the novel opens, now before that, this novel is having three parts, means plot structure wise it is divided into three sections, and first section is titled as Mosque, second is titled as Caves, and third is titled as the Temple. Okay. So as the novel opens, Dr. Aziz, his friend Hamidullah and Mahmood Ali are sitting and they are conversing that Indians, that how Britishers treat Indians. They are basically discussing, and from this very beginning it is very much clear that the main theme of the novel is this only, means the treatment of West, the behavior of West towards East. So they are discussing, and they are saying that when Britishers come to India, they are very polite, they are very humble, but we don't know what happens, and within the period of 2 years, men totally change, means their perspective, their view, their behavior totally change. They become very rude. And while in case of ladies or in case of women, they only take 6 months, means only 6 months are required, and they are totally changed persons. These women are changed persons. So they are discussing this. Suddenly there is a call. You can say call means someone comes and reports that his superintendent, you can say his senior doctor, surgeon, Mr. Calendar is calling him. So Aziz has to leave that evening party, whatever you can say, or the gathering, and he has to rush to the hospital. There he does not, hospital, to the house of the this surgeon, Mr. Calendar. Now there, Mr. Calendar is not there. He asks his wife that where is he? He's not, she doesn't know it, and he is very much angry. And again, what happens? The wife of Mr. Calendar, Mrs. Calendar, takes the tonga of Mr. Aziz, Dr. Aziz, without even taking a permission. Means he was called by doctor, but doctor was not there. No information regarding him was there. Secondly, his wife takes the tonga without the permission. So he is very angry, and that's why he goes to the mosque. There he is sitting and contemplating something. Suddenly there is a noise, and he sees two women there, and he thinks that they might not have removed the shoes, and therefore he shouts that please remove your shoes. But as the women come, he sees that they are not wearing shoes. So he feels very bad that he has shouted in a very bad way. Now these two women were Mrs. Moore, and second was Edla Quested. Now Mrs. Moore is very polite. Now she says that we have already removed our shoes, we are new in India, we have come, means she introduces herself, we have come from England, and this is Edla and Quested, and she is about to marry Ronnie Hairslop, and he is the magistrate of that particular area, Chandrapur. Chandrapur is the main area or the place where the whole novel revolves. So he is the magistrate, and she is going to marry him, and therefore she has come to meet him and to see how he is, means to know him. She has come, and that is how they converse with each other. Dr. Aziz introduces himself, she tells everything, है ना? So they feel very happy after meeting. He feels very happy that some England men are also good, है ना? He feels very happy after that encounter. Now Mr. Turton, the collector of Chandrapur, he organizes a party, and that party was named as Bridge Party. Basically, the gap which was there between Indians and between Englandmen, he wanted to remove that, make a bridge, and that's why that party was organized. There were Englishmen, Indians were invited, Professor Godbole was invited, Dr. Aziz was invited, and many other, means magistrate, Mrs. Moore, Edla Quested was also there. Many people were there, but still Indians were standing, or you can say conversing with each other. Englishmen were, the group of Englishmen was there, means they were not mixing up with each other. So that party turns out to be a failure, but Mrs. Moore and Edla again meets Dr. Aziz there, and Cyril Fielding, he's the principal at Government College, and he's very nice person. There Dr. Aziz meets him, and they become friends, you can say. Means they have good conversation, and they plan that they want to see the Chandrapur area. Mrs. Moore and Edla, they want to see, and Cyril Fielding says that he wants to accompany them too. Now on this very note, this part ends, and the second part is caves. Now there was again a party, the same kind of party in which the bridge was there, means bridge party was there to construct a bridge between them. It was thrown again, but Dr. Aziz doesn't attend that party because it was the death anniversary of his wife. That's why he stays there only. He says that I'm not feeling well. That's why he doesn't go, you can say, to that party, or jo bahana tha that was there. So Dr. Aziz, to meet Dr. Aziz, Edla, Mrs. Moore and Fielding, these three come there at his house, and he's very happy and surprised to see that England men have come to an Indian to meet an Indian. That's why he's happy, but Ronnie arrives, and he shouts at his mother and this Edla, and he says that you should not mix up with Indians. They are not good people, and he takes them. So Fielding and Dr. Aziz are left. They talk with each other, and they become very comfortable with each other, and finally Dr. Aziz shows the picture of his wife to Cyril. Now they have planned that they will go for a picnic on that day. Professor Godbole will be there, and so the planning is done, and all the arrangements are made by Dr. Aziz. But on that very day, what happens? Professor Godbole and Fielding becomes late, and that's why reaches late on the, you can say, railway station, and that's why they are not able to catch the train. So Dr. Aziz and Edla and Mrs. Moore, these three go to visit caves, to see the caves of Chandrapur. Now when they enter into caves, Mrs. Moore has a very haunted kind of feeling. She doesn't feel comfortable and says that I don't want to go to the caves. She says I want to stay outside. So Edla and Mr. or Dr. Aziz, they go in the caves, and then Edla asks that how many wives are there, means how many wives you have. So Dr. Aziz feels means a pain, you can say, and he was very angry, but he doesn't say anything, he doesn't answer, and he just leaves her alone. He goes into another part of the cave, and then what happens when he feels that he has left the lady alone, he comes back. He hears that Edla was shouting, and that's why he just comes running, and he sees that Mrs. Moore and that Edla, they have taken the car and they have left. Means nothing is told. Dr. Aziz is quite confused at what has happened, why they left me, and again when he goes home, and when he reaches there, he was arrested. Now he doesn't know that what is the reason behind that, why I am being arrested. So he is told that he has tried to molest Edla. Now if an Indian molests an Englishman, then it's a very big deal. So all the Englishmen are against Indians. Indians are protesting, and they hire a very good lawyer. They all know Dr. Aziz, that Dr. Aziz can't do such thing, and that's why they file, means they just hire a lawyer so that you can say the case can be heard in the court, है ना? And magistrate is Ronnie, and her to-be wife is molested. So the case is very, very serious. Now Mrs. Moore knows that Dr. Aziz cannot do such thing, and she tells Edla that you might be, you can say, wrong in this situation, because the kind of place you visited, the caves were haunted types, means you can have a sensation of being kissed. Means it is not necessary that Dr. Aziz might have kissed you. It can't be possible. He is a very good man. Cyril Fielding also feels that Aziz is innocent. He cannot do such an act. Hai. So these two, Mrs. Moore and Fielding, they are the two Englishmen who were with Dr. Aziz. So Ronnie is very angry with his mother that he is supporting an Indian, and that's why he sends her to England. Now, in her journey, she becomes ill, and there she dies. Now, Edla is left. The hearing is there, and Edla thinks that it can be a possibility that she might have a sensation of being kissed, but is not kissed. But he has not kissed her. So she says that okay, she takes back the case. She withdraws the case, and that's why this man, Dr. Aziz, is left by the court. He is not given any punishment. The whole case is dropped, you can say. Now such a humiliation is faced by such a person. He has always he was always humiliated by these people, England men, but such a big you can say, such a big acquisition was not there. Now he was very much disturbed, mentally disturbed, and he finally decides that he will not live here, and he will leave the place. He will leave Chandrapur, and he finally leaves it, and he goes to a Hindu kingdom, and that was Mau. Now he has started living there. He is becoming normal. His life is becoming normal. And meanwhile, what happens that Fielding and his wife Stella and Stella's brother Ralph, they come to meet this Dr. Aziz. Means Fielding was the friend of this Aziz, but Aziz, after all that what has happened with him, he was no more friends. Means they both were no more friends, but Fielding comes to meet him, and they go for boating. You can say they go for boating, and the boats collide. Means what happens? They go in two boats. In one boat, Stella and Fielding were sitting, and in the second boat, Ralph and Dr. Aziz were sitting. So the both boats collided with each other, and they just flipped into the water, but the water was not that deep, and they just came out safely. So Fielding says that I want to be your friend, and Dr. Aziz he says, he thinks, means he does not say, he thinks that we can't be friends until Indians and Britishers, means until Indians are free, means until Britishers go back to their country. They can't be friends. Indians and Britishers can be friends only and only when India is a free state. So on this very thing, on this very, you can say, incident, the novel ends. So this was the all about novel, the summary of the novel, Passage to India. I hope this summary is very much clear to you. Jaane se pehle, do subscribe my channel, like my videos, and share them. Thank you.